Hi, I'm Monique and welcome to my channel. So clearly I am positioning myself not as the expert, okay? But as a guide who's walked the path, offering advice along the way. And this is my experience, and others may experience something completely different. No two experiences are the same. This section is mostly meant for English speakers who really are struggling with the decision to go for it or not, especially couples, and especially where the language is also an issue. To start, of course, because language is always an issue to start when you move to a new country and the language is not English. So, of course, the general process is the same wherever you go, whether or not you are proficient in French. So, if you have decided to dive in and take the plunge, I would like to help you with the first 6 initial pointers before I actually go into my own personal journey. So number 1, find yourself a good accountant. He or she will be invaluable to this process, helping you through the ins and outs and the details of the complicated French tax system, your paying your employees, your business insurance, and the many laws governing the running of restaurants. These laws tend to change very frequently, sometimes every year, and it is imperative that you keep up with them. Number 2, if you know somebody, a family member or a good friend who speaks French and a little English, can help enormously with translation, especially in the beginning in the business, working with employees. Also, quite an important pointer is to find some employees, if you're lucky enough, that speak a little English, so that if you're working front of house, you can communicate with them, because they are going to encounter little problems and daily upsets that they need to actually ask you about. And you don't want to be left out and feeling out of control. As the years pass, though, your French will improve, and so this becomes less of an issue later on. But also to be remembered is that if you have a seasonal restaurant, a very important point is to realize that a lot of your customers will be international. And so it is also quite important to have some of your employees that actually can communicate in different languages, be it English, Spanish, French, German. It always helps to have a little bit more than one language. Number 3, location. Know your area. Do your research. Watch the business if you've already have something in mind. Visit it, eat there, speak to the owner, create a rapport with the owner, and you just don't want, a location is everything. Firstly, you just don't want to be driving miles to work every day in the countryside. And secondly of all, you do not want to stand around waiting for customers. Number 4, if possible, find a business that runs all year. And unless you can afford it, closing for up to 5 months a year is brutal on your finances. But if you do choose a seasonal restaurant, do the math, study the accounts with your accountant, talk to the seller, and gain their trust. And they will open up to you and share some invaluable secrets. What worked for them, how they run their business, and what you could apply to you and your business. So number 5, if you do decide on a seasonal restaurant, as I did, staffing can be a massive challenge. You would need to find staff that you can trust for a 6-month contract. And so you'd be very lucky to find people who are serious. workers. It will be mainly students, and a lot of them are serious and very good workers. So you'd be very lucky to find somebody who's serious, and somebody who is willing to stay the length of time that you need them. If you do find a good chef, keep him. Chefs are gold. Treat him well, keep him happy, and he will come back the next year. In our case, my partner is a chef. And so that helped enormously because we could start up our season, just the two of us, with no expenses. And that helped enormously at the beginning of the season when finances are running low. So finally, number 6, don't set up from scratch. Unless you have a gîte or you have an Airbnb, and this is a small sideline. Setting up from scratch is a risk. And a going concern is something that you can walk into and you can start working straight away, making an income. That should be your main aim. So at the end of the day, it is far less stress knowing you already have the process. So thank you for watching this short introduction. And if there is any specific area you'd like me to cover as we go along, please do let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed this, feel free to subscribe for my very first part 1 in this series. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you soon. À bientôt.